violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So the first story I'm bringing you, there isn't a news article yet because this was just published 9 hours ago, but I will keep you guys updated and let you know the status of this story. Y'all know I'm pretty good on the follow-up. So anyways, let's get into it. Suspect dies after being shot with her own gun during robbery attempt, police say. Police in Central Georgia say a suspect was shot and killed with her own gun during a robbery attempt over the weekend. The incident happened around 12:30 a.m. Sunday on the 100 block of Fred Drive, according to Warner Robins police. So if you guys don't know where Warner Robins is, it is right outside of Macon. I believe it's a bit north, if I'm not mistaken, of Macon, maybe south. I don't know, but it's like 10-20 minutes away. Investigators say Kendall Reynolds, 21, and Tywana Antoinette Cody, 42, met two men earlier that night. Later, when they were all in a vehicle, officials say Reynolds tried to rob the two men. So, we've got a woman, Kendall Reynolds, or I don't know if Kendall Reynolds is a man or a woman, but anyways, they say, actually let me go back because I might have made a mistake. See, say Kendall Reynolds, Antoine Cody. So they don't. So yeah, they met two men earlier. I don't know if Kendall Reynolds is a man or a woman, but it sounds like a woman name. Later, when they were all in a vehicle, officials say Reynolds tried to rob the two men. The suspect and one of the men got into a struggle over the gun. While fighting for the weapon, police say the firearm went off, hitting Reynolds. Medics transported the woman to a nearby medical center where she died from her injuries. Okay, so basically, Reynolds tried to rob the two men that they met earlier that night, and she was killed with her own weapon, it appears. Suspect and one of the men got into a struggle over the gun. While fighting for the weapon, police say the firearm went off, hitting Reynolds. Yep, medics transported the woman to a nearby medical center where she died from her injuries. Police say Cody was found to be working with Reynolds in the robbery. She's now charged with party to a crime of aggravated assault, party to a criminal attempt to commit armed robbery, and felony murder. The men are cooperating with the investigators and have not been charged in the shooting. Okay, so two women try and rob two men. The two men basically beat the woman, and the gun goes off and kills her. So, like I told you guys in previous videos, the women are even on demon time. Women are even out here committing crimes. Women even think that these women think that they can do the same types of crimes that men are. Honestly, if I'm being held up by a woman, I'm gonna try her. I mean, that's just me, okay? That's just something I would do. I would go ahead, I would try my luck, and I'm gonna see if I can beat her. But, you know, get a good look at Shorty. Guys, don't end up getting finessed by these women. They're out here on demon time. And they probably gave off the vibe that they were going to get busy later that night. Instead, the woman ended up trying to rob them.
Plenty of hugs and tears as family and friends of Carla Thomas came together to remember her. The mother of three's body was found shot to death alongside a Clayton County highway last Sunday morning. News Edge reporter Eric Perry was at the vigil and spoke one-on-one with the family.
Family and friends of Carla Thomas came together to really remember their loved one who went by Missy. They want to know who's responsible for her death. As dozens of balloons filled the sky, there were plenty of memories filling the hearts of family and friends of Carla Thomas, especially Almisa Tubbs.
We just want justice. It's crazy.
Thomas's body was found last Sunday on the side of I-675 in Clayton County. Investigators say the mother of three was shot to death.
So Clayton County, right outside of Atlanta, them dudes, demon time, okay? And it's very dangerous in the metro Atlanta area. So if you're out there, man, you gotta watch your back. Unfortunately, this woman's life was taken. And you can bet your bottom dollar she was woke and she was defund the police and justice reform and all that kind of stuff. You know, that doesn't mean that she deserved to pass away, but I'm just wondering, when are black women especially going to wake up and understand that the perpetrators or the people who are supposed to be protecting them are in fact the ones who end up taking their lives?
From the picture, you just knew it was her because Rain Man was just sitting right there. And this is Rain. And this is Rain right here.
After the body was found, police released this sketch asking the community to help identify the woman. Family members knew instantly who it was. Tubbs says she was watching Thomas's youngest daughter at the time.
We can't even mourn or grieve because we don't know who did it.
Thomas is the mother of three, 2-year-old Rain, a 10-year-old girl, and a 13-year-old son.
She was all about family. She was a hardworking woman. I mean, she did everything in her power to keep her family together.
Praying to declare swift justice in this matter, God.
As police and family members continue to search for whoever's responsible, the family is coming together to support each other.
Man, I mean, look at all the lives affected. Look at the vigil that they're holding. You know, these new age vigils are a little different because I don't know if y'all caught that, but they were playing A Milli by Lil Wayne. Which, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to judge, but it's just like, where did the gospel music go? Where did the church music? I mean, the way that the culture has changed is, it's pretty concerning if they're playing Lil Wayne at a vigil for a woman who passed away and who was shot to death nonetheless.
And the kids left behind.
I just want everybody to be careful and watch their surroundings and be careful because this should be a wake-up call for a lot of people.
And Clayton County Police need your help. If you know anything in this case, come forward. You can remain anonymous. Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Tonight, police are looking for the person who was driving a Lamborghini that a woman was fatally ejected from last night. It happened in Buckhead, and that's where Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live. Ty, you were able to speak to a witness who came back to that scene today. Also, some of the victims' friends, they must be heartbroken.
I just told you, Atlanta, metro Atlanta area is on fire. Those boys are on demon time out there, man. Y'all better stay woke.
They are devastated, Linda, and one of them was actually here at this intersection of Peachtree Road and Piedmont Road when this fatal incident happened last night. I also spoke to a witness who came back to the scene today and left these flowers here, and she actually just came back and put more.
And then we ran over, literally flagging down cars. I didn't care if I was going to get hit because I wanted to make sure she was going to get the help she needed.
This witness didn't want her name broadcasted on television, but she couldn't bear to go to work Tuesday, traumatized by what she witnessed at this Buckhead intersection late Monday night. She said she saw a woman fall out of a Lamborghini on Piedmont and Peachtree Roads, and the driver just took off.
Wow. I mean, can we get a ID on the driver? This reminds me of the YFN Lucci story when they went and sprayed on the ops. One of their guys got hit in the car and he just throws the body out. He throws one of his homeboys out and dumps him on the street. And now he's facing RICO charges. And it's like, I mean, where are we at in the culture where dudes are pulling up in Lambos? And I guarantee it was a brother. And just kick the deceased woman out of the car.
Left her on the road. Me and my boyfriend were just waving down cars so they wouldn't help.
You know she was at the protest. You know she was at the Rashard Brooks protest. where the Wendy's caught on fire. You know she was at all the BLM protests during COVID. You know she was there.
Hit the people that were trying to resuscitate her. She had a pulse and then she didn't. Just lying down on the ground, bloody.
I spoke to the victim's close friend of 20 years, Alyssa Vassar.
Just to kind of leave somebody like that, it's just, I'm angry. I'm sure everybody in her life is angry.
Someone posted this video of the victim that we had to blur because of the people in it. Friends say the video shows the victim accusing the Lamborghini driver of stealing her wallet.
So let me get this straight. There's a guy driving a Lamborghini who stole a woman's wallet. And in return for her confronting him, he kills her. I mean, I don't want to jump to any assumptions, but I can almost guarantee that the suspect that we're looking for is a brother. I mean, it just sounds like that type of situation.
The wallet that she was upset about is something that's sentimental. It wasn't just like, you know, a $12.99 something from Target. It was somebody in her family members who had passed away, and that's why she was so upset.
Now, the video we had to blur goes on to show the victim standing inside the Lamborghini, and then the video cuts off. So we just have to wait and see what the police investigation uncovers. We'll be sure to keep you up with the latest. We're live in Buckhead. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
It's just absolutely awful to think about what must have happened in those minutes. Taisha, thank you.
Elements in a deadly shooting. The former Uber driver, police say, shot and killed a passenger and wounded another, no longer faces murder charges. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in Midtown Atlanta. So Tom, now 2 of the passengers face charges.
That's right, Justin. This happened in this parking lot. The passenger who was shot and survived now faces charges after he's accused of spitting on Nigel Nimhard and provoking him. Nimhard doesn't face murder, but he does face manslaughter and aggravated assault charge.
So the rideshare driver picks the guy up, and the guy, the passenger, spits on the driver. This is in Atlanta. I'm telling you guys, the A is on fire. They're on demon time out here.
Charges.
Doesn't deserve it.
Christine Edwards gets emotional thinking about her son, 36-year-old Nigel Nimhard, wasting away in the Fulton County Jail.
Saying his name is all over the world. Everyone thinks he's a bad guy, and he's not.
Nimhard was the Uber driver who...
So, you know, the brother looks like he got his stuff together. He looks like he was trying to do the right thing. You know, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if somebody spit on you, you pick them up, they spit on you. I mean, it's COVID. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Who was charged with murder after Atlanta police say he shot and killed his passenger, Kevin Fulton, and wounded passenger Anthony Boyd back in June on Monroe Drive.
Honestly, I would say that's self-defense, especially during this pandemic. If a guy spits on you, it means that he's trying to give you COVID. And COVID is the #1 deadliest thing in America right now, right? So he should get off, honestly. I don't think he should be charged with manslaughter. He should walk.
My client, Mr. Nimhard, at no time ever woke up that day.
Look at the attorney looking like a Mississippi pimp with the red brim hat it looks like alligator scales or some snake scale. It looks like some type of carbon fiber design. Look, he came in there, you know, prepared.
With the intentions of shooting anyone.
Attorney Jackie Patterson said his client defended himself after the 3 unruly passengers threatened to harm Nimhard. A grand jury seemed to agree. It indicted Nimhard on voluntary manslaughter and not murder.
Man, honestly, he should that's stand your ground at this point.
Saying Nimhard was provoked.
The grand jury saw that this was not a case of murder.
The grand jury also indicted passenger Anthony Boyd on possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and simple battery for spitting on Nimhard and making physical contact with him.
So get this, you're out there in the A. When I used to do Uber in Atlanta, okay? I admit, I was doing Uber in Atlanta. then I realized how dangerous it was, because every time I would pick up a black person, it would not be the person who called the Uber. Let me repeat. Every time I would pick, I could almost guarantee it. I pick up a black person, it's not the same person who called the Uber. So I might have a Letitia Jackson who called the Uber, but then some random nigga named Jamarius hops in the car. Oh, I'm Letitia's boyfriend or some shit like that. It's super dangerous. You don't know what these guys have. Obviously, imagine driving Uber and you pick up passengers, and these guys are convicted felons, armed, taunting you, spitting on you, talking crap in your own car. And this is why, if you're doing rideshare, Uber Eats, whatever you're doing, if you're driving, you need to have a dash cam. You need to have, some type of protection in your vehicle to show what is actually going on.
Patterson wonders why his client still faces charges.
This case must be dropped.
Nimhard's mother says her son...
I absolutely agree. It should be dropped. It should be dropped. This dude is getting railroaded, all because some other brothers wanted to start trouble with him. He didn't deserve it. They probably were going to try and jack his car, because that's what's going on in Atlanta. I wouldn't put it past them.
Son loved his job and never wanted to hurt anyone.
Nigel wasn't the one who started this thing, so it's not fair for him to be in jail.
And a third passenger, Deshaun Boyd, faces tampering with evidence charges after he's accused of removing a handgun from a magazine at the scene. I reached out to the Fulton County DA for a comment about this story. I have not heard back, but Jackie Patterson says he has filed a motion for a new bond hearing to get his client out of jail, because he says he doesn't deserve to be there. We're live in Midtown Atlanta. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
So guys, we got the final video. I know the one that you have all been waiting for. We are going to talk about FBG Duck and and the people who allegedly murdered him were captured, and this is his mother speaking on it.
They just called me and told me they arrested Muwop, they arrested Thang, they arrested 5 people that they have in custody. The little boy who killed himself August the 24th was one of the shooters.
So there was a guy, he killed himself after shooting FBG Duck, or being involved in the shooting of FBG Duck. I guess he couldn't face the pressure. Maybe the gang put pressure on him. I bet he was feeling it on multiple aspects, from the FBI cracking down to his fellow gang members, whatnot. Because the FBI, they try and reach out to individuals and try and fold them before they come pick you all up. So I'm sure that he definitely folded under pressure and killed himself for that reason.
They shot my son. They just told me that too.
So anyways, I just kind of wanted to show you what the streets were talking about in retaliation to the arrest of the people who were responsible for killing FBG Duck. And I just wanted to bring you in on the street mentality and let you know how these guys think, man, because it's super toxic. And I think the term toxic is overused, but we need some term to define what's going on in the community. And that's all I could come up with right now. But anyways, King Yella, I guess a friend of FBG Duck, reacts to the murderers being arrested. He says, "Yeah, they got up with the Negroes that killed Duck, but I don't want to see no Negro in jail. I'd rather see them in hell." So he's saying he would have rather killed them than they face justice from the the federal government, okay? He said he would rather them be dead. He would rather had killed them than to see them in jail. And this is the mentality of a lot of brothers. This is the mentality of black men. We would rather murder another black man than have him face justice, which being in jail is a higher, I feel like that's worse than, I'm not going to say it's worse than dying. But to have to live out the rest of your life in a prison cell, you know, it's got to be tragic. And I definitely believe, especially in U.S. prisons, that it does serve as some form of justice. Even though there are many who say we needed reformed and we got the biggest prison population. Yeah, that's because we got the most fucking crazy people. Excuse my French. But anyways, let's get into the next picture. Apparently, these are the guys who, you know, took FBG Duck out. Black men. They say Thang, Muwop, DQ arrested by the FBI for the murder of FBG Duck. Zell, who recently took his own life, was also one of the shooters. So that's that. Also, I would like to say that FBG Duck, no disrespect to any of the Chirac shooters or whatnot, but he wasn't innocent as well. You know, I watched the Vlad TV interview where he spoke on being a bully and doing his own share of shenanigans against other people, street hood stuff against other people. So it wasn't like he was innocent, although that doesn't mean that he deserved it. But, you know, the dominant society, any law-abiding citizen, they're not really, you know, they're not really, I guess, distraught about this guy passing away, nor the people who doing it or who did it getting arrested. But I mean, this is the state of the culture, guys. 3 black men, honestly, they look pretty regular. They look like regular guys. But unfortunately, they all were on demon time, and it led to the untimely demise of FBG Duck.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.